The big story on Action News this noon is Philadelphia police driving Occupy Philly protesters from their encampment outside of City Hall. There have been scores of arrests and some dramatic moments. The action cam was there when mounted police broke up protesters who had confronted them when they gathered outside of Philadelphia City Hall this morning. One protester was seen up in the trees. Other demonstrators locked arm in arm, marched, and chanted.
Who do they protect? The 1%! Who do they protect? The 1%!
Then we saw a large contingent of police officers on bicycles. The largest confrontation between police and protesters happened here at 15th and Hamilton in the Spring Garden section. The standoff continued for several minutes. Protesters were defiant at times as they pushed the cops and would not leave the streets. One protester was bumped by a bike and started screaming. They tried to set up camp and failed. One by one, dozens were arrested, escorted onto waiting police buses. Then the city brought in the front-end loaders to clear out the tents, blankets, signs, tables, and other items left behind by the demonstrators. And as the situation continues to unfold, we have live team coverage this noon. Action News reporter Chad Badelli is standing by police headquarters with the official response there. But first, let's start with Kathy Gandolfo, who's at Thomas Paine Plaza across from City Hall. Kathy.
Well, Rick, Occupy Philadelphia began its protest on October 6th at Dilworth Plaza. That part of the protest came to an end overnight.
And when all else fails, disobey! Disobey!
Shortly before 1 a.m., police closed streets around Dilworth Plaza. About 250 uniformed bike, riot, and mounted units secured the area.
I feel like walking!
By 2 a.m., the occupiers left Dilworth Plaza. One last protester climbed a tree, but was finally coaxed down and was escorted away. A few demonstrators had a confrontation with mounted police. There was some pushing, and one protester's foot was stepped on by a horse. Meanwhile, a large group of demonstrators that left the plaza made its way first to Rittenhouse Square, where it was turned away by police. Eventually, the protesters roving through Center City streets went first to Broad and Race and finally to 15th and Hamilton, where some 50 of them were arrested. There were a few minor injuries to police and protesters, but overall the city was pleased with the operation.
I feel good about it. I mean, a couple of my officers were at slight injuries, but they'll be treated and released. But I think it went very, very well. It's always good if you can achieve your goal of no arrest, but it didn't work out that way.
By 3 a.m., city crews began cleaning Dilworth Plaza. Front-end loaders picked up mounds of trash and debris from the month-and-a-half-old encampment. In the daylight, the trash was gone and the water trucks and sweepers washed down the plaza, which will soon undergo a major reconstruction. And we are back live now. This is Thomas Paine Plaza outside the Municipal Services Building. Occupy Philadelphia has a city permit to demonstrate here daily between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. So far today, we have not seen any sign of protesters. We're live in Center City. I'm Kathy Gandolfo, Channel 6 Action News.
All right, Kathy, thank you. Now